Shalom, shalom. Yahweh Bashem. I'd like to start out by giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Bashem, Rakar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS. Salutations to the brothers that's pushing this truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. Salat. Fresh out my slumber, fresh out my sleep. You know, little pick me up, but the first thing that was on my mind, man, was how we dealing with Esau right now, and how they using their blessing, man. They're utilizing their blessing to dominate this earth, because they the lowest of the heathen. If they didn't have that blessing, which is the sword, they wouldn't be so far off with dominance as far as ruling this planet Earth right now. That's why the Lord gave him that, because he knew that he was making the lowest of the heathen, the lowest of a people, to rule this place, and they're gonna need something, because that's like creating the lowest on a food chain to be an apex predator. It just wouldn't happen. But because he was blessed with the sword, that's what made him the apex predator. All right. So, being in the spirit world, I was asleep. I was dealing with a dream that was involving, Esau pushing that button. And even though it was the end of this place, I was, me and a couple of brothers was rejoicing over it, But it's amazing how when I wake up, I hear about Esau uh and his blessing, man, on the news, which was they was talking about the mass production of ghost guns. All right. And even though it's a gun that's symbolic to the sword, symbolic to the blessing that Esau was given in Genesis, when he asked of his blessing, because he was the oldest son of Isaac, and he wanted the birthright, even though he sold his birthright. When Jacob was given the birthright, he asked for a blessing as well. So as I'm reading and watching the news, and they speaking of ghost guns, it's a problem right now in America, because it's like having a actual firearm, but manufactured, undetected, unregistered, and it's homegrown, pretty much. You can make it in your own room, in the comforts of your own home, without needing a lot of materials. All right, so that wasn't a problem going on in America right now, but America within itself is ran by Edomites, and they already is out of control with their mass production of firearms as well. So, it's just detrimental to the growth of the planet Earth when there's just more guns and more weapons being produced at a higher rate. All right, and right now, they're not the only Edomites involved with the mass production of weapons. Russia is also number two in being a superpower. A superpower is how you become. You become a superpower by having the most powerful weapons in the world. All right, and Russia is number two. And I just want to read a quick article about Russia and that those Edomites and their form of weaponry right now that's new in development. All right. This is the article about Russia. All right. It's called Russia's new missile's name. Russia's most prominent new missile is the Oreshnik, a hypersonic intermediate range ballistic missile, which is a IRBM, recently used in attacks on Ukraine, notable for deploying multiple independently targeting re-entry vehicles, which is MIRVs, MIRVs. Let me read that again. Is recently used in attacks on Ukraine, notable for deploying multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles. All right, essentially raining down several warheads from one launch. Its name means hazel shrub, referencing its clustered warheads, and it's considered a significant escalation by Russia designed to pressure NATO in Ukraine. All right. So Russia, they just created this new weapon to escalate, all right, and pressure NATO in the Ukraine. All right. So they building that tension up, and they getting ready, man. You know, World War III is here, man. It's just in the makings to where they didn't actually start pressing the button, but they, you know, they testing their weapons, they utilizing it on small wars, all right, to ultimately use it for World War III, all right. So these things are in the making by who? The Most High. But who's he using? Esau, all right. And he used Esau because he knows that they don't have no soul, all right. They soul a birthright, all right. They're not spiritual. They do everything carnally, you know. That's why he gave them that. Right? In the scriptures it reads in Genesis, when he was given his birthright, his blessing, in Genesis 27, in Genesis chapter 27, verse 40, it reads, "And by the sword shalt thou live, and thou shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck." All right. So Esau is going to have dominion, and he's going to be live by the sword. All right. And then at the last days, man, he's going to lose that power. You know, the Lord's going to judge him and put the rightful dominion in the hand of Jacob. All right. Because right now, when he has the blessing of the sword, man, he's in control of this earth right now, man. All right. And reading on, it says in verse 41 that Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, "The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob." Right. So right now he got that hatred in his heart. He's ruling this world with hatred, and he's slaying Israel. He's slaying Jacob. All right. Everywhere you go, uh, the Edomites are, how you say, hateful towards the children of Israel. All right. 12 tribes of Israel, everywhere you go, they're hated, they're mistreated. All right, it's like nothing to just take them and spoil them. All right, and when Isaac was on his way out, that was the declaration, that was a decree that Esau had put out there. Like, yo, I got the sword, and when my father died, I'm going to destroy his son. He was going to destroy Israel. Understand? And all his tribe. All his lineage. And that's what they've been doing. And that's how they ultimately going to destroy this place. All right, they're going to destroy the world based upon the hatred that they have for Jacob, man, and the wickedness that they have in their heart. That sword is nothing compared to the Lord's sword. Understand? So they could go ahead and use it all they want. We know as a people that that's minute, all right, compared to what the Lord's judgment is for him. Because he's going to make him use his own sword against him, and then he's going to use his own sword as well, all right? So the Lord gave Esau a sword to destroy himself with, but also the Lord going to use his sword, his flaming sword, which is the mighty ones, all right, and their technology to destroy Esau as well, all right. And their technology is high more advanced than a nuclear missile, all right. The fiery sword that the Lord has is way uncomprehensible, all right. So we just gonna sit back and wait for that moment. Lord willing, I hope that was edifying. Until next time, Shalom.